So, the brand new GT3 RS has just been revealed. Yesterday, in a live stream event, Porsche unveiled the latest generation 992 GT3 RS. Let's talk Porsche. So, if you like all things Porsche, please like and subscribe to our channel for all the latest information, reviews, tech help, anything you want to know about Porsche. So let's delve right in. So the new 992 GT3 RS was just unveiled. It's got a 4-litre naturally aspirated flat 6 engine producing 525 brake horsepower. One of the biggest key features of this car is the aerodynamics. So it's got a massive rear wing which has active aero. So the actual wing itself has got actuators on and that can open and close the wing. So to go through a bit more of the engineering, the engine, the aerodynamics, how they've came up with this absolutely amazing car, I'm going to pass you over to Joe.
Thanks for that, Rich. So it's finally now launched, the 992 GT3 RS. And to look at the car, you can see clearly aerodynamics have been heavily optimized on this new model. So over 250 hours of wind tunnel testing at the Weissach facility. That is a state-of-the-art wind tunnel that Porsche have. So they know what they're doing when it comes to aerodynamics. So as you can see, an enormous 6-foot wide wing on the back of this car. For the first time we've seen on a Porsche active aerodynamics with a DRS option. So you push a button on the steering wheel and this limits the drag of the car by opening the rear wing, increasing its top speed. Also, when you're heavy or hard on the brakes, the wing will increase downforce to help with grip and the braking performance. So if we just compare it quickly to the 992 GT3, that is a phenomenal car. It is producing 3 times the downforce of that vehicle. It shares the same engine, but with new camshafts. So it makes its peak power right up at the top of the rev range, revving out to 9,000 RPM. 15 more horsepower, so a maximum of 525 PS. It has a shorter final drive on the PDK gearbox compared to the GT3. This is due to the larger wheels. And a 29mm wider front track. So having a look at the front of the car, you can see it's quite aggressive with the styling. So the actual central vents in the bonnet, Porsche have moved the radiators. So instead of there being 2 radiators, there's now 1 central radiator. This hot air is then channeled away from the car so that it's not then sucked in by the engine at the back. We've also got more active aerodynamics on the front. So where these radiators used to be under the headlights, there's a void. There's an active flap down there. So this module has 2 diffusers on it. It sits in sort of the front of the wheel arch and has a movement of up to 80 degrees. This can increase or decrease the amount of downforce on the front axle, and this works in unison with the rear wing. No stone has been left unturned, so by channeling this air through the wheel arch, Porsche have actually optimized the shape of the wishbones, so even the wishbones themselves produce downforce up to 40 kilos. We're seeing a host of carbon on this car now, so even the doors are carbon, and there is the option for the Weissach pack, which will give you the clear carbon bonnet, carbon roof, carbon roll cage, which is quite incredible, 6 kilograms lighter than the steel counterpart. Part of the Weissach package is the magnesium wheels, which allow you to save 8 kilograms, which is a massive saving in rotational mass. Porsche want the aerodynamics on this car to perform at their optimum at all times. The front suspension's had a redesign, so the pivot point is a little bit lower on the front suspension. This means the car doesn't dive as much on the brakes, meaning the car is leveler or flatter at all times, meaning the balance on aerodynamic downforce front to rear is kept consistent. On the inside, we've got a slightly different steering wheel with what looks like almost 4 sport chrono dials. These offer the driver a range of adjustment, which is absolutely incredible. So you've got rebound and compression dampening on the front and rear dampers, which can be controlled. You can control the stability control, so you can have that on, off, or in like a halfway house. And the traction control can be turned fully off. Otherwise, you've got 7 stages of traction control, so you can allow just the right amount of slip for the conditions. You've also got settings for the rear differential for the coast and under power. So this is the lock of the differential. You'll get a real feel for this when coming out of the corners on power, or when braking into the turns. So if you combine all these functions together, this allows the driver to really dial the car in to their specifications and how they want the car to feel. Porsche make true driver's cars, but this car now we're seeing gives the driver the option to really customise it to what they want and the feel they want out of the car. The rear vents on the back, on the rear wheel arches that used to feed the engine, they're now not just for show. Nothing is fake on this car with the aerodynamics. These now channel the air sort of through the rear of the car and out the side of the diffuser.
So as always, if you like everything to do with Porsche, please like and subscribe. We talk about the latest generation models, the classic history models. We talk about tech tips and how to use the PCM unit, pair your phone, all that sort of stuff will be coming to the channel. So please like and subscribe, ring the bell to be notified of when the latest video, and we'll see you next time.